Alright, this is going to be story time part 2 with old Uncle Sergio. This story is going to be on beware of ricochet bullets, or watch out for ricochet bullets, should I say maybe. A little while back, me and my two brothers went shooting for fun out in the desert here. And I asked my dad to let me borrow his Toyota 4Runner 4x4 so we could take it out in the desert, you know, because I own a big Cadillac and it's not going to make it out in the desert. I mean, it might, but I don't want to get stuck out in the desert with a Cadillac. I'd rather take my dad's 4x4. So he let me borrow it, and it's like a 95, 96 Toyota 4Runner, but it was pretty well taken care of at the time, so it could take us anywhere, basically, out in the desert, or, you know, off-road or whatever. So we decided to go out in the desert and start shooting. We take a bunch of guns with us. We take shotguns, ARs. Oh, my brother's, what is it? I think it's like a AR. I think he had an AR, 223 AR. Not sure what brand. My brother's my other brother's 357 is 38. My AK, several shotguns. We just take a bunch of different guns out there in the desert. And it's not just all sand where we went. There's like sand, there's like several mountains, there's big rocks, stuff like that. So we set up some targets. We parked the truck like out in the middle of nowhere. We walk out like about maybe, I don't know, I want to say maybe 20 yards, 30 yards. So the truck's to the right of us. And we set up some targets and we start shooting, you know. We start shooting and everything's going fine. We already have been shooting for like an hour. And then we start shooting pistols. First we were shooting our rifles. I think our rifles we were shooting from a farther distance, you know, maybe 50 yards, 60 yards, something like that. But then when we moved up to pistols, we brought it in a little bit closer to like maybe 20 yards, maybe 15 yards, something like that. You know, it's been a while, I don't remember, but it wasn't too far away. And keep in mind, the whole time my dad's truck is to the right of us. Well, a little bit behind us to the right. So we start popping off rounds with our guns. One of my brothers has his 38 and his 357. My other brother has his like Glock 40. I'm not sure. I think it's the 23. And he also has I think it was a Sigma 380 and a Ruger LC9. I had my one of my 45s. I had my 44 Magnum, and I had, I think, this Glock here. So we start shooting. Everything's going good, and then we're down to like only one magazine of 45 bullets. And then you know, when we thought we were all done, our targets were all destroyed. I start shooting my last like five or 8 rounds, something like that. I start shooting bullets, and then I missed the last target. I missed it, and where we had set up the targets, there was a big amount of rocks set on the ground. And this is where the story goes wrong. Very, very wrong. We're lucky nobody got hurt. I pop off the last round, and I just hear like the little noise. You know, like in movies, when you hear somebody shoot around and they miss, you hear that ricochet sound like, I don't know how to make it, you know. So excuse my funny sound effects. So yeah, the point is, I hit a rock. With my 45. It was ball ammo. It hits a rock near our targets, ricochets straight to the right, and goes through my dad's 4Runner windshield. It goes straight down the middle and just cracks it. Like it looked like a spider web straight down the center. Well, at first I didn't notice it, you know. I shot it, I heard the noise, I was like, oh man, I missed the target. They were like, oh well, let's pack it all up. We're packing up our stuff. I look back and they're like, oh crap. my dad's truck. And we all get closer, and sure enough, the damn 45 round had gone straight through the windshield. It landed in, I think, the back seat. Or was it? No. It was like in between the front seat and the back seat. It just landed there. And I was like, man, that was crazy. I could not believe it. It was just a ricochet. And it went straight through the windshield and landed in between the front row and the back row. Luckily, nobody was hurt. But that just goes to show you. Watch out for rocks. Make sure wherever you're shooting, there's no rocks. Watch out for ricochet. And luckily, that thing didn't bounce back directly at us. I mean, I guess we didn't really think about the rocks. We didn't think we were going to miss, or I don't know. We just probably didn't think there was that many rocks there. And by luck, I was the one that was shooting when it happened. So luckily nobody got hurt. But I did break my dad's windshield. We had to get out of there, go straight to like a window shop or a glass shop or a windshield shop, whatever. And I had to ask them to please switch out my windshield as soon as possible. And it cost me like $200 to switch out that windshield, I think. So, I mean, it was not a happy day. That ruined my day. I thought it was going to be a fun day shooting at the range or in the desert, and it didn't go so good. I lost $200, and nobody noticed except us. I mean, I think my dad noticed, because when he rode his truck the next day, he's all like, "Did you guys wash my truck?" And he just looked at me, because I think his old windshield had a couple cracks in it. And then he saw this new windshield with no cracks, sparkling new. So he must have noticed something was up, but he didn't say nothing about it. So I guess, you know, it is what it is. But just goes to show you, watch out for ricochet. Watch out for rocks in the background. Never take rocks for granted, because they will get you if you shoot directly at them. You catch them at the correct angle, they might come back at you, you know. After that, I've always made sure wherever I'm shooting, there's no rocks. At least no big rocks. So that's my story. Another long video. And here in the background, just my Glock 19 for fun. Sorry for the shakiness, and hope you guys like the story.